Howdy y'all, and welcome to a new video. My name is Karen, and today I'm just gonna be doing my little doodly doos and bitch, bring out your sketchbook. This is a sketch with me, not a watch me sketch. But I mean, I'm not gonna be rude. If you don't want to sketch, you don't have to sketch, but I'd appreciate, don't make me feel lonely just sketching by myself. That's rude. Anyways, today I just wanted to have a relax, chill sketch with my video. I didn't want to think too hard. Honestly, I thought about just doing like another rain ambiance or just jazzy sketch with me, no talking. But lately I've been consumed by a lot of music and movies, books. Crazy, I read books now. Though I do remember doing them when I used to have a Patreon. Don't have it anymore, so don't ask, oh, where can I, become a patron? I don't know if I'll ever open it. I probably will. I just need some time, because having a Patreon when you're in school and you also have a part-time job, not a fun time. And I've set a lot of goals for myself that were kind of impossible to meet every month, and I wasn't getting the income that I needed at the time. So I was like, I don't see an equal balance in this. But I just wanted to talk about recommend you shows or movies or whatever, and be your gal pal, that friend. I'm just having a chat with you peeps. So let's just get started. First section will be movies. First movie is Dear X. So I was recommended Dear X from my lovely friend Jay, and he told me to watch this back in January, and it's been in my bucket list, but I just never had the chance. It is, don't remember if this is set in, I want to say, okay. It is a Taiwanese comedy drama film, and it's phenomenal. I believe it may have it actually won a couple awards. I'm reading this on Google, and the synopsis is: a teenager becomes trapped in the middle of a bitter feud between his mother and a free-spirited man who is both the lover and insurance beneficiary of his recently deceased father. This shit sounds crazy, right? But if you watch the trailer, I promise you will be enticed to watch this movie. I didn't think much of it. I actually held back on the movie because it was in Mandarin, Chinese Mandarin, Taiwanese Mandarin. Wow, cool. So yeah, it's mostly, it's not in English, I'll tell you. That's what I'll say. I held back on watching this movie because it was not in English, and I'm someone who doesn't like just sitting and watching a movie unless I'm in the theater. You got my full attention. But if I'm watching this in my own home, I have to do something. So watching this movie took a long time for me, but I recently just watched it. And by recently, I mean 40 minutes ago before recording this audio. So yeah, I highly recommend it. Check out the trailer if you can. It is on Netflix. Good go. Good soup. Next film is called American Girl, and it is set in 2003. The synopsis is: when her mother gets sick, 13-year-old Fen moves back to Taiwan, where she struggles to fit in amid the 2003 SARS epidemic. Now, this movie kind of got me I don't know if it'll be a good film, but I saw the trailer briefly, and I was kind of intrigued. I liked the way it was filmed. It wasn't your typical Hollywood movie type of setting. I don't know. There's just something about Chinese and Taiwanese films that just bring this ambience that, sometimes you can't get with American films or different country films. And that's what I liked both about American Girl and Dear X. I do want to watch more older Chinese films. I know there's one that was the War Kai, something along hold on, I need to look it up. The director is Wong Kar-wai. I'm not gonna even try to pronounce that correctly because I know I won't, and I'm sorry to everyone. But the movie is called Chungking Express. Every day, I'm not even gonna talk about the movie, but I do want to watch that movie, and it is in my bucket list. If you guys have seen it, let me know if it's good. I'm sure it's good. Anyways, recommend American Girl. Go for it. I think also the acting in that movie, phenomenal. I fucking cried in one scene because I just felt the emotion of the character. And granted, I am an INFJ, so I absorb a lot of people's emotions, whether it be in person or in films, or in music too, honestly. I'll be crying in the club with Joji. Next movie, I saw a long time ago, but I recently rediscovered it via TikTok. Why did I say via? What the fuck is wrong with me? It's called Under the Same Moon. This movie I watched when I was about 10, 11, 10. Wait, 2007. So I watched it when it came out. I was 9. I think I was 9 or 10 years old. And the thing about this is it kind of hits, well, actually it doesn't hit home, but it does hit home for a lot of families who are immigrants. The synopsis for this is: single mother Rosario leaves her young son Carlitos in the care of his grandmother and illegally crosses the border into the US. Though she hopes to eventually make a better life for herself and her son, she toils in a dead-end job as a cleaning lady in Los Angeles. When Carlitos' grandmother passes away some years later, the boy begins a difficult and dangerous journey to join her. So this little boy, his mom leaves to, support him in the US while he's in Mexico. And oh my god, the emotional roller coaster I had, I fucking cried at 9 years old. Granted, I didn't know exactly what was going on, but the emotions that each actor brought into this movie, phenomenal. Also, I don't know how you pronounce his name, but Eugenio Derbez, he's in that film. I fucking love his acting. He was in La Familia Palucha. Hold on. Oh yeah, La Familia Palucha. If you know, you know. But this movie really has an impact on people, and the thing is, families go through this. I know that there are a lot of families over here in the US that are supporting their family from whatever other country. It's not just Mexico, it's around the fucking world, because they know they're able to make more money here than wherever they live. And just the journey that the kid went throughout the movie was so crazy, and I'm sure it happens in some cases. So I highly recommend watching it. Oh my god, I'm about to cry. Next movie I want to get on Amazon Prime. I want to buy this movie digitally. I can't buy it physically because I don't have a DVD player, but it is called, and when girl, y'all, Everything Everywhere All at Once. The first time I saw the trailer for this movie, I was like, this movie is gonna be big, without a doubt. And the thing with the trailer, it didn't even tell you, you could watch a trailer a billion times and you still won't understand what exactly is gonna happen in this movie. It's wild, and I'm not even gonna read the synopsis for you, but I will say it will bring you towards a roller coaster. It will bring you into a roller coaster, whatever the phrase is. And this movie represents a lot of the AAPI community, and I just find that fucking sick, bro. I love seeing other countries being represented, or other nationalities being ethnicities, I don't know, not Americans being predominantly, famous towards, you get what I'm saying anyways. It's like when Parasite won an award, everyone was like, bro, what? That's fucking phenomenal. A non-American film won like best feature film and like, I forgot what, Golden Globe award? I don't fucking know. I don't know much about these award shows and such, but it was because like, a lot of people don't watch foreign films because it's like, I don't need to watch something that I don't speak like the language. First of all, Everything Everywhere All at Once, majority is in English. First off. Second, I don't know, I feel like a lot of people are like naive with the fact like I'm not gonna watch something like I can't understand, something that I won't relate to because I'm not that nationality or ethnicity. And I'm like, you don't need to be that to understand it. You can understand it by watching it. And it's just cool seeing like films that aren't predominantly white in theaters. That's something that you wouldn't see often, that you would see in very selected film or in very selected theaters. So to see this movie in the theaters, amazing. I bawled my tears out. I bawled tears watching this movie. In front, I was on a date too watching this movie. I fucking cried in front of this guy. I was sobbing. And then I was like, fuck, I showed my vulnerability towards this guy way too soon. That it didn't even work out at the end. I honestly don't care about that. But just experiencing this movie in theaters was something that I was so happy that I got the chance to see it then and there. And just watch it. Even though you can't see it in theaters anymore, buy that shit. Rent it on YouTube, wherever. You won't regret it. Without a doubt. So that's all the movies that I have going on for me at the moment. I didn't even explain Everything Everywhere All at Once. Kind of comedic, but it's also kind of serious, like dramatic. And action. It's literally everything. Everywhere. All at once. And the one thing I guess I can compare it to in a sense, but not really, in somewhat of a category of not Spider-Verse, kind of in the category of like Spider-Man No Way Home. That's all I'll say. But make it all Asians and 10 times better. I'm sorry, I really love No Way Home, but this movie just hits hard. So I'm done with all the movies. I ran out, but now we're gonna get to shows that I've been watching recently that I have finished and whatnot. So there are mixtures of K-dramas, just TV shows, and anime. First is Yumi Cell. When I tell you, first of all, I don't like watching K-dramas as much anymore as I used to, for multiple reasons. First being that I feel like a lot of K-dramas they're not executed well. And at first a lot of them will start out good, but then the further it gets to it, I feel like it's either rushed or the plot lacks, and I just never finish a majority of the K-dramas I watch. But for Yumi Cell, first off, they came out with a second season that I'm currently watching, and I started the second season first because I didn't know there was a first season, and then I realized that there was a first season, so I watched the first season, and then I fell in love. First off, the concept of having both animation and live action in a show, in a K-drama, particularly amazing. It's not something that you often see much in like K-drama specifically. I can't really recall in actual TV shows, like American TV shows or any other TV show, but to see this, and it revolves around this character Yumi, who is just trying to find love, and she finds someone, and you see the path towards this couple and the rawness to it, to see the actual things that people will actually go through. This isn't your typical K-drama where you fall in love with the CEO of a big company and you have to win the approval of their parents in order to get married, which is I don't think is possible. I mean, like, it's possible, but like not realistic compared to meeting someone, let's say on a blind date, and getting to know them, developing feelings for them, and going through these obstacles within your relationship. It's fucking wild. At some points it got me crying, and I finished this show within 3 days. I could have finished it within 1 day, but I had to work on stuff, so I was kind of putting at the background, but also like giving my all divided attention to it. I highly recommend you guys to watch Yumi Cell. It is honestly on like my top tier K-drama list right now. Like it's like between that and Hello My 20s or something like that. Watch it. Second show is kind of like a documentary, and it is called Love on the Spectrum. It is, I don't know if it's a Netflix original or if just Netflix hosts it, but it's basically a documentary of these people that are on the spectrum trying to find love. And it's such a cute concept because I feel like we don't really like think about that often. Personally, I don't know anyone on the spectrum, but to witness all of this is like kind of fucking wild. It's wholesome too, honestly. Like while watching this, I was like, fuck it. I hope all of you guys like get to like experience love and go through it. It fucking sucks, honestly. I hate dating around. I hate dating in general. Can I just get on one knee? I'm sorry. I hope my future whoever partner doesn't to watch this. Let's be honest, I'm gonna be alone forever. Yeah, it's a good background show, and you kind of get invested in some points, and yeah, just check it out. It's a nice show. Third show is an anime called Spy Family, and hold on, I'm gonna need to read the synopsis for you guys because I honestly can't even explain it. But first off, the animation, amazing. Second off, characters, so lovable. Anya, if any of y'all are watching Spy Family, I fucking love Anya. She is so adorable. And the opening and ending, hello, amazing. So, a story follows a spy who has to build a family to execute a mission, not realizing that the girl he adopts as his daughter is a telepath, and the woman he agrees to be in a marriage with is a skilled assassin. That's all I gotta say. That's all I need to say. And if you aren't enticed by that synopsis, horrible taste you have. Anyways, check it out. That's the only anime that I'm currently watching that's on air. And I'm just waiting for My Hero Academia to come back. And that other show, why am I forgetting it? Jujutsu Kaisen. That's the show. Just waiting for those to come back. I'm not that big of an anime fanatic anymore, but Spy Family, 10 out of 10. Last show is more just a background show. I actually got into it while I was painting my thesis project because I just needed something on the background and I didn't want to listen to music. It's Gilmore Girls. I never watched this show when growing up. I know a lot of people grew up watching this show, but I just wasn't one of them. For some reason, actually no, I know the reason. My mom never let me watch this show because she just hated the premise of the fact that the mom got pregnant with the girl at like 15 and she had her, and she was like, that's stupid. I'm like, okay, but it happens. I'm not gonna do anything. So I think that's why she didn't let me watch it. But amazing. Like, listen, I stan Dean, but Jess, at first I hated Jess, but then he grew on me. But then on season 2, listen, Dean and Jess have their own toxic traits to them, and I don't know who she's gonna end up with. I'm currently on like season 2 or season 3 of the show, but I will say, if I had to choose, I'd say Dean. I know there's a third love interest, but I haven't gotten to him yet. But stan Dean, I love, first of all, he is so attractive. that actor, whew. Gilmore Girls, 10 out of 10. I can understand why Franard, that's her comfort show. Or that's her comfort show, because it's honestly so entertaining. And you could put it on the background, but eventually you'll just get into it and you'll be like, oh my god, what's happening with Dean and Rory right now? Oh my god, it's a great show. No more shows, because now we have music, which, oh my god, if you don't follow me on Instagram, I dance like a fucking idiot on my story with whatever music I'm listening to that day, and a lot of y'all are like, oh my god, I love your music taste. Listen, there's not a moment in my day where I'm not listening to music. I grew up disassociating by listening to music all the time. At school, I wish at work, but I can't at work. Just working all the time, outside, outdoors, shopping, yes, car rides. I can't drive without music. That's fucking weird. And going to live music too, like, bro, I went to Conan Gray recently. Keshi, oh my god, Keshi, you gotta see him live. It's sad boy vibes, but god, it was such a good concert. And Rex Orange County, I fucking cried. I befriended this one, I don't know, or acquaintances, but I was so social, and I don't know if it was because of the alcohol. It was most likely because of alcohol. I was social that I fucking like chanted with the girl next to me that I have never talked to before, and we were just like vibing to best friend. I do have 2 other concerts that I have to go to, which are I forgot his name. I know one of them is DPR Live, and I recently got Joji tickets. Yo, I am so fucking ready. Granted, I have to travel to Boston, Massachusetts, but I don't give a fuck. It's Joji. I'm so upset he didn't have any concerts in New York though. Like, what the fuck? Anyways, I love music. That was the point of that little spin-off. But first album, I guess, is Harry's House. I had to say it. I'm sorry. I know it's been bombarded in your ears for the past like month, perhaps. It's everywhere, but it's such a good album. Honestly, I didn't expect much. I will say that I used to be a One Directioner, whatever the fuck. Back in the 7th grade or whatever, and I will say. Harry was my bias. I'm a Harry stan, and you know, at first I didn't really like his like first EP or album that he came out with a couple years ago, but I gave this album a try. First, I will say I did not enjoy this album. At first, I gave it like a 5 or 6 out of 10. The second time, it kind of grew on me. The 5th time, I was like, okay, Matilda, I fucks with it. And the 10th time listening to the album, I just like fell in love. 10 out of 10 album now in my ears. In my eyes, in my ears, technically my ears, because I'm listening to it, not watching it. This album was amazing, and you know, I would like to say he is like an authentic person. He is a genuine person, and the messages he portrays or the messages he invokes in each song is phenomenal. They're also bops. Some of them, fuck, I'll be dancing in the club. Like, I wish I was able to go to one of his concerts, but I am broke. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Also, it's apparently like hard to get his tickets, which is understandable because I'm sure he is a phenomenal performer. Second, it's not an album, but it's a single, and it's Joji. Yay! If you haven't heard this song by now through TikTok, through fucking social media, if you don't know Joji, you need to leave, bro. Like, come on, it's Joji. The song is called Glimpse of Us. It is a phenomenal song. The song is basically about Joji is currently with a girlfriend, or, Joji is currently with a girlfriend, but he can't stop thinking about his ex, and, you know, he just gets the glimpse of them, of how they used to be. So it's just, his girlfriend is just a rebound, and I'm just like, fucking Christ, Joji, like, oh my god. Probably, you know, this may have not happened. I know it was co-written by other people, but just the message behind it is so toxic. I feel so bad for that girl. Imagine being the girl. Ooh, awful. But 10 out of 10 recommend, and I'm so fucking excited to see this man live. Like, I can't wait to cry in that venue. Third single is Cypress by Sarah Kinsley. If you don't know Sarah Kinsley, She is like kind of like upcoming. I don't know how predominantly like popular she is, but she's popular in my eyes. I found her through TikTok, and since like last year, and the music she produces, that she creates, it just brings you into this new world. It like, I would like to say, like possesses me in a way, because it just makes you feel some type of way. When I listen to a song that makes you feel a type of way, not particularly with the lyrics, but also with the production of the song, I'm done. I'm sad. 10 out of 10 recommend this song. Next recommendation is Malibu by Anderson .Paak. So recently on Instagram, I asked y'all like an album recommendation. One of you recommended this album, and I fucking loved it. First of all, I like Anderson .Paak, but I haven't listened to his old stuff. I definitely like Silk Sonic. That shit slap. And the one song that he did in Shang-Chi, amazing. And you know, he has so much talent, and hearing Malibu, phenomenal. I know there was this one song that I have heard before, but I didn't know it was by him, and I was like, hey yo, I know this song. It was a bop. Next suggestion is kind of for the jazzy people. My music taste is so wide, let me tell you. And this one is called Scatification by Kingston Ruriska. I found this actually through Yumi Cell, the K-drama that I was talking about, and I've been really into jazz music. I don't know why. It's a nice like background music to listen to when you're like reading or something, because when I read, I read in silence or I read with like instrumentals. I can't read with, you know, music. So listening to this and just vibing with it, amazing. Last album I'll recommend, I don't know if it's a mini album, EP, or like a full album, I can't remember, but it is by Big Naughty and it's called the Nangman. I don't know how you exactly pronounce it. But this album, first off, if you don't stand Big Naughty, what are you doing? I've recently been watching Show Me the Money solely because of him and Punchnello, because they were in the same season. He is my son. I love his energy, and just the fact that he's called Big Naughty, but he gives such baby vibes. Like visually, he is baby, but musically, I'll be like, oh shit, okay, son, you need to relax, okay? You need to relax. He is a phenomenal artist in the KR&B industry, and I can't wait to see what he does in the future. This kid is only like, I think like 18, 19, 20, somewhere along those lines, and just the fact that he is able to do so much at that age is fucking crazy. So that is the last that I have for the music. Last part that we got won't be long because I don't read. It is my book segment, and the first book that I will recommend that I finished is called The Midnight Library by Matt Haig. So I recently have started reading because of my professor, because he told me to read. Not you know, because I'm dumb. It's just because like I lack narrative towards my illustrations, so I had to like, you know, just read, you know, 'cause especially I don't like writing. I'm not gonna write. I'll choose reading over writing any day. So I actually got a lot of my book recommendations from Namjoon's reading list, because I don't know, I feel like he's a wiseful person, and getting some of the books from his list, great fucking idea. I'm still reading the Murakami book, but I recently finished The Midnight Library, which is the first suggestion by Matt Haig, and it was such an empowering book, but it was also interesting. I don't know how books work, to be honest. I don't read. I actually hate reading, but when I finish a book, I feel like I'm like smarter in a way. I've gained something from that book. So the premise is, I'm not even explaining it to y'all, but this person is put into this library for a particular reason, and she gets to, you know, live multiple of her lives and try out like the regrets that she had throughout her life. So it revolves around that whole premise, and you get to see this person grow and, you know, come to the understanding of life, and it was just a phenomenal book. I highly recommend it. The last book I recommend is Kim Ji-young, born 1982, also from Namjoon's reading list. I am a follower, if you guys don't know. Recommend it. It is a small book, so it's not too hard to read. I'm currently, like I said, I'm currently reading it, but 20 pages, 30 pages maybe in right now, and I'm loving it. The whole idea of it is quite interesting. Like I said, I haven't read a lot of books, so I'm not sure how other books are like, but I'm very excited to finish this book. I've heard from some people that it will trigger certain people, but for me, I don't have like a lot of triggers towards things, except for clowns. No, spiders. Spiders and Oompa Loompas scare me. But yeah, that is all I have for my recommendations. This chatty sketch with me was a very chatty one. I didn't expect to speak this much, but I had so much to say for each thing. I was just like, yeah, fuck it. I hope you guys enjoy this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Let me know if you actually enjoy these videos. Maybe I'll do more of them. I didn't really intend to do this at all. Like I said in the beginning of the video, I just wanted to bring more than just a silent sketch with me. You feel. But yeah, let me know in the comments if you guys would like to hear more of my dumb recommendations from time to time, because I enjoy doing this video. As for now, I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye bye.